Ted Lasso Season 4 is in full swing, and Jake and I are breaking it down for you today here on Popcorn and Root Beer. Let's get into it. All right, welcome to another edition of Popcorn and Root Beer. My name is Steven. Joining me today is a man who needs no introduction, but it's my job to introduce him, Jake Perry. What's going on?
Hey, man, I'm sick, and I'm still talking about Ted Lasso because this season is actually surprising me.
It's very good. Before we get any further into the show, I want to say, first off, there will be spoilers for the most recent episode of Ted Lasso, as well as please asking you to like, subscribe, share, and look down below. You see that you can now listen to us wherever you listen to your podcast, whether that be Spotify or Apple Podcasts. You can find us under the Popcorn and Root Beer banner. So, Jake, the Lady Greyhounds had their first friendly of the season, did not go off without a hitch.
To say the least.
Yeah, to say the very, very least. Honestly, it went off with maybe
about as many hitches as you could create. Yeah.
As many hitches as could possible. Poor Keeley.
For real. Like, poor Keeley, what's his name? Matthias. Poor Matthias.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's having a good time right now, except for what's her face? The Coach Chilton's old teammate who came to play.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
They feel like they're having a great time.
She's feeling good. I feel like Ted's always having a good time. He's always kind of rolling in it. Poor Coach Beard. Huge letdown, like, in this episode for him. He had his hopes so high. That was such a swerve, too. I thought for sure, I'm like, oh, all right, I get it.
100%. They got me so They got me so well. I was
I'm like, oh, that'll be fun. Like, it's another Rojas, but no. Alas, he
taught me everything. Yeah, computer programming, video games.
Yeah. It's like football is but football is life. It's like life is so much more than football. It's like, oh, okay.
Cool.
Yeah, no, it's like great. Yeah, that's great. So all right, so poor Keeley, right? So she gets blindsided at this season is really very much a social commentary on the state of men's versus women's sports, the reception to them. May seems to be having a bigger role in this season, the bartender there, the pub owner. But we're seeing that the Lady Greyhounds are really struggling to get support from their own fans. Like, the Richmond faithful are seemingly only faithful to the men's Greyhounds.
Yep. AFC Richmond men's.
Yeah. To the point that even Roy Kent got a little wrapped up in the terminology of it, where it's like, it's like I'm watching Richmond, and he's like, oh, you're coming on the road with us? And it's like, no, I'm watching the game at home. And he's like, oh, the women's team. And they're like, well, they're still Richmond Greyhounds. Like, and he's like, well, I was talking about the one that's been around for over a century, but okay. Which, like,
oh man,
I mean, you can see where he's frustrated by it, but at the same time, right, you want that support from someone like Roy Kent, who's the head coach of the men's team. He needs to kind of buy in as well, right? And that's what it's going to take, is kind of buy-in from a lot of different people. And I know it shouldn't be that way, and I'm not saying that, because men are more capable of doing anything like that. I don't want to make that the narrative here. But when it comes to minorities in a space, right, it usually takes the majority, or the, whoever's dominating that space, to bring that in and accept that. And that's what we need to see out of Roy and the men's team, it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, the episode starts off with just showing you, like, the differences you deal with between men's and women's team. Like, the episode opens with one of the players being pregnant. And it's like, it's just going to show how many different things people don't consider when going to, like, that the team didn't consider when setting up a women's football team. And like you said, you need the support from everybody, and you're getting it, but it's like, is Roy supporting it the way has just because it's Keeley, or would he be doing it if it wasn't Keeley?
Right. And you
Is
could
Rebecca
see
doing this because it's Keely and wouldn't be
right,
doing it if it were for
and that is a
Keely?
huge question of this season, right? Is it's like, how much are they willing to do for Keely versus like, "Oh, this we're doing this because we think this is the right thing to do." I did like Rebecca's moment at the shareholders meeting, though, when
Mm,
everyone started to get up and leave, and, like, no one could get them, like, Higgins is on the microphone,
yep.
he's, like, striking out, May's trying to stop people. She gets up, whistles, "Sit down," and, like, everyone's just like, "Oh," like, "Okay." Um, one can I float a plot hole at you just a little bit here?
Of course.
So at the end of season 3, Rebecca sold 49% of the team. The team was valued at $2 billion.
Mhm.
So she's sitting on $1 billion that she got just out of the sale of the 49% of the team. I'm not entirely buying the this is going to be such a big financial burden. Like, it's not like they had to build a new stadium or like when Keely's like, "Oh, I want to spend $4,000 for rally towels or pounds, I guess, for rally towels." That is such a drop in the bucket
Mhm.
that I'm like, you could have absolutely done that. I get you don't want to overinvest, but being like, "Oh, we'll do rally towels." That's just something you should do anyway.
Right.
That should be at every game.
Yeah, I think it goes to show that, like, once that money is removed from being part of the team, like, that's just Rebecca's money now, it's not team money, like, she's gonna treat it a little bit differently because that's hers, like,
Do we know how much she was worth? Like, was she independently wealthy before Rupert? And that's
I
like, it seems like
don't
she comes from money.
remember.
Like, I
I
believe
think oh,
her
yeah, her
father
parent
was rich, right?
yeah.
Like, her dad was very rich because he was showering her mom in Teslas and things like that every time he went and cheated on her. Um, like, how much money do we think Rebecca has? Does the internet have like a theory as to roughly what she's worth?
Let's look here.
I bet it's $1.5 billion, just about, if not more.
Rebecca Welton net worth in Ted Lasso.
We're
Uh,
doing the
3
work
to
live.
400,000,000.
That can't possibly be right. She sold half the team,
Mm, true.
right?
What is
Like,
this thing?
is this a situation where maybe because they came back, like, obviously season 3 was meant to end it, right? And is this a situation where the writers are kind of hoping that you forget exactly what the valuation of the team was
Probably.
a bit, where it's like, let's just hope they don't remember that it was worth $2 billion and she sold it for half the team away, which is $1 billion. Like, she was worth a ridiculous amount. I also think the Greyhounds would be worth more than $2 billion at this point. Um, I don't know what soccer teams are selling for at this point, but like when you're getting players that I would love to know what like Zava cost them.
Oh, yeah. It's
Like that was
no,
always he was one of my favorite characters ever.
the average valuation of an English Premier League team is roughly 1.5 billion.
Okay, so they were an
There's
upper end
yeah,
valuation.
there's tiers of it. So like Man U, Liverpool, Man City, those are like 5 billion plus. Arsenal's right around there. And then you have a tier that's like Tottenham and Chelsea and then down from there. So they'd be valued pretty middle of the pack, in the
Okay,
Premier League.
that's good to know. All right, back to what we so Keeley wants these things to happen. The kits don't show up, which for our American listeners, which is pretty much everybody who listens
Yeah,
to this show, that's a uniform.
jerseys.
Their jerseys didn't show up. Which a little bit on Keeley, I think, waiting until the week of the
The
game.
week of the game,
Yeah, to start getting your jerseys. I think you need to do that a little bit earlier.
months in
Um,
advance, probably.
Roy's solution, while adorable, was interesting. They put the striker in the coach's ex girlfriend
Hmm.
that it obviously has issues there. It seems like, or
Yeah,
it was just not ex girlfriend. Maybe that she was just a teammate and they hated each other. Like she just hated Coach Chilton.
something to that
Um,
effect. That it's
it did
we're
feel like a
not.
scorned lover a bit.
You're not that's one thing I'm feeling with this season so far is you're never going to get an interpersonal interaction where there isn't seemingly something underlying.
Yeah.
It's
I
everything so far.
so she goes in, scores the only goal of the game. It ends 1-0. Uh and everyone seems happy at Richmond, right? Like and I oh, it's so reminiscent of like the world we live in today, like the WNBA, right? Like people are mad because like people don't like the WNBA because the score isn't high enough. They don't score 120, 130 points. But at the same time, they'll turn around and bitch out the NBA because no one's playing defense and the score is
Right.
too high. Like, so there is that, like, and it's not like, and they're like, oh my God, it's a 0-0 game. But like, if the men's team had a 0-0 game, that's a defensive masterpiece.
Right.
The women do it, it's a skill issue.
Yeah. To be fair, they did get on the men's team because that was was that season 2 or 3 where they had like 7 straight ties?
I think it was season 3. Yeah.
And they were just like, what are you doing? You can't score one more goal than them. It's like, no, the
Yeah.
sport's actually pretty hard. I don't know if you figured that out yet.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's just, it's so much layered into this show, and it always has had that, right? Like that's always been the strength of this show, is how clever the writing can be and how funny and witty the writing can be while still having something to say. And I think that's the genius of Ted Lasso as a character, right? Is he's delivering these big moments in this kind of like folksy way that makes it super palatable for everybody else.
Yeah, it's what everybody loves about him, right? Like it's just he is who he is. He's going to be who he is. It doesn't matter what the situation is going to be. You are going to get like the most authentic form of him.
And he's so consistent, right? Like I don't know anybody like Ted Lasso.
No.
If you knew that kind of person, honestly, here's what would happen if you knew a real Ted Lasso is that would come across because they wouldn't be as funny, right? Like it would be that toxic positivity that people have, like just unending optimism that winds up like infuriating you because they show up to like your parents' funeral and they're like, well, at least you don't have to ask, or they, like, here's why this is a good thing. It's like, it's not like this, like my parents is in a box.
I found out this weekend, a buddy of mine, like a guy who was a year younger than me in high school, had a stroke, and saw him that day that I find this out. And he's just like, yeah, at least they found it out. We can figure something out from here. And like, he is that toxically positive guy.
Being toxically positive about yourself, I'm okay with. I don't like it when they try to like push it onto me sometimes. Fair. Like I'm like, listen, if I'm having a bad day, sometimes I just want to vent, right? And
let me bitch.
Like, let me bitch a little bit, right? And both of us are in long-term relationship. You're married. I'm in a long-term relationship. Like we've both made the mistake and been on the receiving end of the mistake of trying to solve a problem that when someone is like, I don't want you to do that.
Yeah, my wife is like, why are you like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm trying to help. She's like, no, I don't want your help. Just let me complain. Just let me scream about this for 30 seconds and I'll get over it.
Yeah, I read this on the internet, so I don't claim this as being my own idea, but this is what I do with Andy now. When like one of us is complaining, I'm like, are we in I just want to vent mode or are we in fix it mode? Like, because that'll indicate how I'm supposed to respond to this. And that's what I try to do. Ted Lasso has always been great about that. But what I really loved in this episode is this moment we got with the open tryouts, right? Which was kind of goofy and I think a little bit of a missed mark in terms of being like, they were all so bad, except for like 2, that I think it sent the wrong message. I don't think that was the message that the show wants to send, that like women are just inherently bad at this game.
I don't think it was going for that as much as I think it was like, it was
I don't think it was trying to do that. I
could see how it came that way though. Yeah.
Yeah. But we got this.
I thought the first
moment.
part was funny. I can't lie.
It was
they're
funny.
like, this is going to take forever. And she's like, well, no, down and back fast you can. And like,
love her. She's amazing. And it was bothering me so much where I knew her from. And then Andy goes, isn't she on Sex Education? And I was like, yeah, she is.
Oh, she is.
Yeah. I'm like, yes, she is. She really grew into herself. Like, that's so interesting. Like, she doesn't look at all like she looks on that show. And so, but we got this moment, and the show's secret weapon, I think sometimes, and they don't go to it often, but when they do, it always works, is Coach Beard.
Yes.
When he has like a human moment, and it's like I think back to season 3, that moment with Nate, when he went and revealed really who Ted Lasso actually is.
Yeah.
When he went to jail, he got out and no one wanted anything to do with him. He goes, finds Ted. Ted's like, I'll take you in. Come stay with me. And he steals Ted's car. And Ted, instead of being like, hey, listen, I'll get you out of jail, but like, you got to like fucking dip, is like, hey, you know what? Everyone makes mistakes. Let's try again.
Right.
Gives him a chance at life, gives him a job, sends his life on the right path. And this woman shows up with her kid, and she's like, "I'm sorry, I just couldn't get." And he's like, "My
Childcare.
mom was a bartender."
Told me the
Like,
shot glasses were kids' cups.
yeah, she used to take me to work all the time. Whenever Beard gets to be like really human, because he's so used for comedy,
Right.
right? Like he's such a comedic bit. When he gets to have those moments, it's really amazing. And he's always so good at it.
Yeah, even at the end of that scene when they're going to cut one of the two people from the tryout, and Ted goes over there to tell her and then clearly does not cut her. And Beard is like,
The other midfielder that, yeah, like,
yep. Beard's like, yeah, I couldn't do it. I can't. He's like, I can't handle breaking hearts. And he's like,
yeah,
and you see, we talked about it. There was going to be a little flirting, we thought, with Chilton. And he was like,
yes,
broken a lot of hearts out there myself.
yeah,
But it's like
yeah.
even that, just like that human moment of recognizing that, like, you know, he sucks at telling people like this. Beard doesn't want to disappoint people, just
No,
like
he
Ted
doesn't.
doesn't want to. So
But
Beard's
I
like,
like
I absolutely could not tell that person they didn't make the team.
Beard is this show's Swiss Army knife. Beard is whatever the show needs him to be in the moment. Because I
Yes.
think back to when Jamie's dad was being a dickhead in the
Oh
locker room,
yeah.
and Beard throws him out, and it's like, watch your head, and buffs him off the door first before he like throws him
Yep.
out. And it's like, okay, this is obviously like a tough dude. Like he's, he's been to jail, he's done all this stuff. So it's like, okay, interesting character work there. Another interesting moment in this episode, and I don't know if it was meant to be an interesting moment or if I'm reading too much into it. And tell me if I'm wrong here. Ted and Roy Kent's sister,
There's something there.
there was they may just have really good chemistry on camera, or
Or
there's something there, right? There's something there. Now his ex-wife is in town. We saw her briefly
yes.
toward the end of the episode. Henry is obviously a bigger part of this season than he has been in the past. I like that. I like that they're adding that dynamic. Shockingly, I feel like Ted is less involved.
Yes. I was going to bring that up. Like this was I was complaining, or not really complaining. I was saying, like, I think we're gonna get more of these episodes that are gonna focus a little bit more on the other characters. I just hope they weren't the filler ones like we got with Coach Beard in season 2.
Yes,
And
I think
what
that's
we're
where Coach Beard
getting,
is used poorly. You can't wrap an episode around him. I don't want an episode around him.
but the episodes we're getting right now, I think are doing a great job of leaning into the people aspect of all these other people, because we spent 3 seasons really focused on Ted, kind of focused on other people. And I feel like we're getting the flip side. We're getting a lot of focus on a lot of other people. I'm sure we're definitely going to have our TED episodes. Don't get me
We'll
wrong.
have our Ted
But
episodes, but
thus far,
I think the season, rightly so, is focusing on the female characters a lot more. It's
yeah.
less Beard, Ted, and Roy, and more Keeley, Rebecca, and Chilton.
Yep.
And I think that's good.
Yeah. It's doing it in a way that doesn't feel like pandering, which I appreciate too.
No, it still feels like Ted Lasso, because at the end of the
Right.
day, Ted is like still doing his thing, and still like we still get those moments. It's just not. It's not a men's locker room. It's not him like band of brothering and like leader
Right.
of men. You know what I mean? Like you have to change the tactic a little bit. And
Yeah.
I think you mentioned it last week. I know you mentioned it last week, and I think you were. It's becoming more and more in my head like the right theory that Ted will potentially at the end of the season, certainly by the end of the series, step aside for
For
Chilton.
Chilton. 100%.
Yeah. And you said like stay as the assistant coach. I could see that happening. Or maybe Higgins retires and Ted takes over as the
Yeah.
head of football operations.
I could see that too.
Overall.
I could definitely see that. That's a good one.
That could actually be the way they end this season and go into next season without being like, and then it's like, okay, let's see Ted in a whole new, like having to run the whole thing.
Right.
It's a lot harder job too, because that's like, there's money involved, there's trades involved, there's,
Yeah.
or whatever you do. Like, I forget what they, you have to sell, like you can rent players or something.
Yeah. Borrow, whatever it is.
Yeah. Like whatever they do
On
there.
loan.
But like, it would put him in a different position where he's now responsible for all Richmond's success.
And I think that'd be interesting to see how he would handle like those trade dynamics of like he's built really good relationships with these people.
Right.
And now has to be the one to be like, we're trading you to Chelsea. Goodbye.
And wouldn't you love to see him in that position where a player comes and was like, I want to be traded or sent somewhere else or whatever the fuck they do. And he's like, oh, come on now, like we can figure this out. And the player's just like, no,
No, I'm
like I
out.
don't
He's
want to
like,
be
I
here
hate it
anymore.
here.
Like get rid. Like I will hold out. I will hold out. I will not show up. Like get me out of here.
Yeah. I think that'd
And
be
like
very interesting.
that'd be a really interesting way to go about it. That would be a cool way to continue the series on.
Agreed.
If I'm Jason
100%.
Sudeikis, at this point, if I'm any of these actors, aren't you just like, listen, sign me for 15 of these for all I care?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, the check's gonna clear. That's what you want. You want to be, you want to know that your check is gonna clear. It's Apple TV. They have plenty of money, and people will continue to watch this.
Well, and it's like, it's a legacy role. Like,
Right.
you've gotten to the point now where Ted Lasso for Jason Sudeikis is going to be his legacy in a lot of ways. So why not make it the best it can be?
Yeah, I appreciate when actors are like, you know, I think it's time for me to do something different. Listen, sometimes you just find a role, and I think it's important. I think really great actors, in terms of their business acumen, and recognize when they're like, I found something that is mine. Patrick Stewart found it with Professor X. Ian McKellen found it with like, I mean, he nailed it twice. He got Magneto and he got Gandalf. Like, and he was almost Dumbledore, but he was doing Gandalf, so he was like, I'm not doing two wizards. So, um, but like Hugh Jackman got Wolverine. I think, you know, these people all have these kind of iconic characters. Like, I think the guy who plays Roy Kent should just be Roy Kent forever. Like, that's what he should. I wouldn't even mind a spinoff series about him.
Agreed. Like, he would probably be my preferred choice for a spinoff.
Yes, that would be the preferred choice for a spinoff. But there are 3 characters I think you could do a spinoff of and have a pretty good show.
Yeah.
I think
I could see it if you go the Chilton route. I could see them doing that as a spinoff show.
I could see it Chilton, Rebecca, Roy. I think those are the 3 that I could get behind.
I could almost see it in like a you could do all of them, and it's kind of like that connected, like the Yellowstone universe or like the Chicago Medfire PD universe, where it's like you'll have some interlapping episodes, but they are all kind of doing their own thing at the same time. I could see it doing a universe thing like that.
I don't watch either of those shows. I
That's
don't watch
fair.
Yellowstone. I don't watch any of the Chicago shows. I weirdly, I don't know what it is about Yellowstone that doesn't appeal to me. I think it's just like it feels so aggressively like straight that I'm like, I just don't think I
Fair.
have anything like in common with these people whatsoever. And then, like, I don't know, it's like just rugged men riding horses, I feel like, and I don't know anything about the show. I'm like, that's all I got.
Yeah, there's more to it than that for sure, but I get where you're coming from. It's not for everybody. Like, I like it. My wife doesn't like it. We normally like a lot of the same shows. It's just the way it be sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes they say don't be how it be, but it do. So, like, so I think Ted Lasso's in a really healthy spot. I think it's in a really good
Agreed.
spot. Has a lot of fun characters, a lot of fun storylines going on, lots of questions to be answered. How's this dynamic with his wife being? And we really haven't explored. We didn't explore that at all this episode. Like the dynamic of his wife has moved. His ex-wife has moved to London
Right.
with their son. Where are they living? Like, what are they doing? Like, how is she? What does she do for work? Is she just like? I mean, is the alimony good enough? You know, is like I know, like, you know, you get spousal support and stuff like that because you were married for a long time. The guy signed what I'd assume is a pretty lucrative contract with, and I think that's another storyline that would be really interesting to explore if they wanted to get bold with it. Like when it's like, hey, we can't really afford another striker or a top tier player, and someone's like, well, how much are you making? The only man on the team, really? Like, what contract did you sign?
Right.
That we can't
we never
afford
really
things.
talked about that because, like, a Premier League, Champions League coach is making millions of pounds per year.
Right. And she offered him at the end of season 3 to make him the highest paid coach in the Premier League.
So that would be, hold on, that'd be a lot of damn money.
So you figure he had to accept the same amount to come back.
So this could have been a contract signed after the end of the Ted Lasso series. So my guess is the offer was probably like 10 million pounds.
That's a
current,
lot of money.
The current highest paid salary looks to be 15 million, but Pep Guardiola also had 25.9 million. So
wow. Jesus. I think he appeared in Ted Lasso though, didn't he?
We did. Yep.
Yeah, isn't he like Chelsea's head coach?
Yep.
Yeah,
Played his actual real life job.
like wasn't he like the king of total football? That was like his thing. That was like his shtick, is that when Ted's like, I came up with this, and it's like, yeah, you just created total football.
I don't remember.
I think that was him. So
I have to rewatch
lots
that.
of cool stuff going on with Ted Lasso.
Yes.
Jake, I thank you for being here though, and I also thank our listeners and viewers. I don't want to single one out over the other. We appreciate all of you.
It's true.
And you're all pretty, I think. Stay tuned. Every Thursday, we are dropping Ted Lasso breakdowns. Every Monday, we're dropping Lanterns breakdowns. If you wanted to watch the show Lucky and talk about it with us, unfortunately the finale just happened, so we dropped that. That is available to you currently as well. Again, like, subscribe, share. If you're on YouTube, hit that notification bell. If you're listening on Apple or Spotify, make sure you follow and give us a 5-star rating if you wouldn't mind. It would be so cool. Like, I would just be so grateful. And isn't that worth a little click of a button? My eternal gratitude. I think it is. But for myself, Jake, do you have anything else to add before I wrap up? I was about to do my wrap up.
Very excited for episode 4. It seems like it's going to be a little more Ted focused outside of the locker room. So I think we are going to get a little bit more of that. Just want to say,
love it.
Very happy about that. But what Steve said, thank you guys all for tuning in. We appreciate and love every single one of you. And I'll let Steve close the show out so I can go drown my sorrows in Dayquil.
There you go. Well, for myself, Jake Perry, and everyone here at IBT, that's a wrap. Bye, Z's.